Hey y'all, this is Conrad Layn here. I'm gonna teach you how to calculate and implement strategic financing. I'm gonna release the formula. I also left a link below to a GRM, gross rent multiplier video that goes in direct detail on how to actually price your vehicle before you even buy a car, or if you even have a car currently, and shows you what amount you should, and it doesn't matter what price range the car is, what the rate should be, so you can be profitable within 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years max. So that's really great, because what happens is oftentimes people don't know how to calculate. I don't know what daily rate your car should be at. I don't care what number you put in. I don't care if it's worth 100,000, 125,000, 50,000, 10,000, 25,000. Doesn't matter. The GRM video below shows you on how to actually calculate a proper daily rate. Doesn't matter if you buy it cash, if it's lease, or if it's finance to own. And this video is going to actually share how to calculate. I'm going to share my calculator. I'm going to share my screen. So stay tuned. And I'm going to also show you how to actually get over mistakes. A lot of people don't like making mistakes. I make them all the time. I've learned quite a bit from mistakes. I'm far from perfect, but I'm sure darn correct. But this is how you guys do it though. So I'm gonna share at the very end on my last example. I'm gonna go through my calculator. I'm gonna show you how to calculate $100,000 car. I'm gonna show you how to calculate a $50,000 car, and I'm gonna show you how to calculate a $25,000 car. And I'm gonna make a mistake on a 25,000 car, but I'm gonna quickly fix it and calculate the right answer for that. So even if you make a mistake while calculating numbers and crunching numbers, there's a lot of people don't like math and hate math. Math is definitely your friend. You just have to overcome it, learn formulas, and it's okay to make mistakes. You'll make a lot of mistakes calculating math because you might forget a number. As I did in the video I'm about to show you, I made a quick mistake on when I was calculating $25,000 vehicle, but I quickly fixed it and also shared in a transparent manner on how to fix it. And I shared that I actually made a mistake and I corrected it and got you the right number at 25,000. So I'm gonna share how to actually profit and make a lot of money. Follow my screen through. I'm gonna show you all the formulas, the secrets, so you can actually price your car correctly. I don't care if you're buying a car, use this video and calculate the numbers. I don't care if it's what the car is worth. And if you already bought a car, you made a mistake of buying before calculating it, still watch the video so you can learn how to get yourself out and profit within 3 years. Meaning a lot of people have on average a lease that's usually about 36 months. That's on average. Yes, there's 2-year leases, 18-month leases, there's even 6-year leases. It's usually based on if you negotiate, but on average, at least here in the United States, it's 36 months typically. So I'm going to teach you how to profit within 3 years and how to profit even within 1 to 2 years with this secret. And if you bought a car outright, I'm teaching you how to profit within 3 years or even with 1 to 2 years if you want to. And when I say profit, I mean pure profit, where you're already building your wealth, where everything's paid off already. So if you have a car loan, you're paid off in 3 years or less, 1 to 2 years with this formula. Or if you have a lease, you profit within 1 year, max 3 years by the time you turn in your lease. And if you bought a car outright cash, you profit within the first year or second year or 3 years max. This is the formula. Follow my screen through. I'm gonna share my calculator, people. Stay tuned. Thanks for following me through. Welcome to my calculator. I'm gonna do all the calculations here. I came up with this formula to make it as easy as possible for you. I love math, and I understand a lot of people don't love math and don't speak the language of math. So I'm gonna share a little bit to make a little bit of hacks on how to quickly figure out what your financing should be. If you have a lease, if you have a loan, even if you purchase a car for pure cash, whatever the case is, I'm gonna teach you how to quickly become profitable as soon as possible. I left another video below called GRM. I'm also real estate licensed, goes over gross rent multiplier, and that's a way how real estate investors appraise a property that and they figure out if that property is receiving enough rents from the customers or from the renters to pay off the loan for the house or the building. Long story short, I'm gonna teach you how to do GRM so you could basically be in a profit as soon as possible. And right here, I'm gonna be focused on 3-year intervals. So just want to let you guys know, in regards to financing, typically speaking, common financing to own is usually 72 months, which the longest I found is 84 months. 84 months is 7 years. 72 months is the most common, which is 6 years. People usually have a car loan, purchase to own, finance to own for 6 years. Common leases are usually about 36 months. You can negotiate that down to 2 months. You can negotiate more. Just depends on how well you negotiate or the opportunities at hand. But on average across the US and just in general, it's 36 months for leases. So I'm using the number 3 for 3 years so you can get paid out with fast in the most conservative and most least amount of time. Let me show you. Let me elaborate further. So to get this, let's use an example. I'm gonna use 3 different examples. The first example I'm going to use is, let's say if you purchase $100,000 car, right? See that? 100,000. So the value of the car or the loan or the lease or the finance owns $100,000, right? I want you, because the average lease is usually 36 months, right? Maybe it could be less, maybe it could be more. You can always adjust these numbers based on your lease amount, but I'm gonna share how you get the daily rate you should be making per car. So if it was a $100,000 car, you divide it by 3 years, divide 3 years. That comes out to, let's just round it down to 33,333. So that's what you should be getting per year. And then all you have to do, and this is reverse engineering, and then see this is per year, you divide this by 12 months, which is 1 year. Now you know per year, within those 3 year intervals, you should be getting accruing $2,777. Just to say that, to keep it simple. That's what you should be accruing per year. So per year, that's the amount you should be getting. Now we go a step further, and I'm really conservative. My goal is I don't want you to have your car out there for 25 plus days just to make a profit. I want to teach you how to be conservative and make money within 10 days, so that now you're in power now. 10 days should be fairly easy. There's 30 days in a month, typically speaking. So if you only rent your car for 10 days, that's 20 more days. You could compound and rent out for another 10 days and you're being pure green now. You're in pure profit mode. Or if you're behind a month or having a bad month, you have extra 20 days that you can add to your car. But you should be able to make this amount and pay your car note and all the bills, etc., within those 10 days. And let me show you how. So now you divide this further per month to 10 days. So in 10 days, your daily rate to get that amount should be $277. Just to keep it there. So a $100,000 car or plus, say if it's a $120,000 car, $125,000, $150,000 car, and plus, especially a $100,000 car, you should be earning $277 per day. With a six-figure car, those are very low numbers that you should be already getting. And when I say daily rate, always remember this. This is soaking wet, the daily rate that should be on your Turo profile. But say if you can only get $250, okay, that's where the extra day comes in. Now your 11th day, you earn another $277. You got that, right? Or this is where you start adding on extras and offering deliveries. Your daily rate doesn't just have to be the daily rate you put in. Yes, this should be the daily rate in my personal opinion. So you could get this car paid off and basically only renting it out 10 days per month, which that means any day after the 10th day is strictly pure profit in your pocket, people. So $277 per day is what you should be getting on a $100,000 car, in my opinion. And this is what's been working for me, and while I'm in the green and while I'm in the positive, while I'm making money, compounding and building wealth. And you guys can do the same just by knowing these simple formulas. So $277 per day, you can either rent your car directly for $277 or more per day, or if say you only get $250 or $220 or $200 per day, then you got to start adding on extras. You got to start adding on delivery. You should be doing this anyway, but you don't have it. Just because your daily rate is say $277, that's great. If you're getting lower than that, it's not just the daily rate, it's everything you're adding on top of it. This is a basic formula and basic principle I follow personally, so I can always be in the profit. So $277 is the amount you should get, and this before you buy any car. You should, and if you already have the car, great. But before you buy any car, these are the numbers you need to be putting in. You go first, you get the price of the car or the loan. If it's $100,000, you divide that by 3, because 3 years equates, and then you divide it again into 12 months to get the year, and divide it by 10 to keep it conservative. Now, some people want to keep their car out there maybe 20, 30 days, or maybe they just don't know what they're doing. That's fine, but I truly believe in what's been working for me. I get my amount within 10 days. So all days after that, the 11th day, 12th day, 3rd day, if it's run out every day, it's pure profit. If you get 20 days now you just got 100% profit on top of profit. And if you do 30 days, that's 200% on profit on top of profit. This is how you do it. And then before you buy a car, you put the numbers in. It doesn't matter if it's worth $200,000. Doesn't matter if it's worth $125,000, $120,000, $80,000, $50,000, $25,000, $10,000. Your numbers should be based on this principle. The same formula applies as I'm going to show you. I'm going to go down to 50,000, then I'm going to go down to 25,000. I'm going to show 2 more examples. So 100,000 should be $277 per day. And with that amount, you'll be able to pay this loan off or get reimbursed of whatever. If you bought it out cash for 100,000, or if you have a loan, you'll be able to pay off within 3 years. As I mentioned before, The average lease is 3 years anyway, right? So you're good to go. But remember, this is just the bare minimum. You adding on extras. Also, when you rent out the 11th day, the goal here is just to get, remember, in 36 months, your lease ends anyway. If for the common lease, you get a new lease. What you're supposed to do is try to get the amount within 10 days. Pay off whatever loan you have or whatever money you recoup, you put into the car, you invest. If you bought it cash, if you bought it for a car to finance to own or lease, pay it off within those 10 days. Then the 11th day, 12th day, 3rd day, you can use that to buy more cars, add to your wealth, pay your extra bills if you have any surprises or new tires, etc. Your 11th day and 12th day should pay for all your bills and everything. But like I said, if you add on extras and you're doing it the right way, if you're adding on extras, if you're getting it at this daily rate per day within 10 days, you'll be able to pay your insurance, your bills, and everything. And if for some reason, if like you have a bad event happen or you're having a slow month, then that's why you have the 11th day now, the 12th day. You have the rest of the days of the month to pay your insurance bills, to pay your additional fees you might have accrued, or any hiccups that may be coming around, or a deductible. This is where this comes in. That's why it's so important to calculate, okay, at the bare minimum, on a very conservative level, if I purchase this car, can I pay my loan and pay all my bills within 10 days? Meaning the next 20 days puts me in control now. Now I'm in control, because now if I don't make it those 10 days, I have 20 more days to keep renting my car out and to keep on adding more extras on, to keep on delivering and compound more money. So after the 10th day, I could pay my bills, pay my insurance if I had a slow month. But if everything goes well, and if I do this correctly, adding on extras, adding on deliveries, make yourself more attractive online, meaning getting better at marketing yourself and getting return business, repeat business, and also becoming an all-star host and power host and getting more marketing behind you and Turo marketing you. Plus doing this at this 10-day figure, you'll be able to get this within 10 days, and everything else is pure profit, people. Now let me go on to the next example. Now, as I mentioned before, let's use $50,000. And also, I'm going to leave all three of these examples down below. I'm going to type it out for you guys. And this is just a formula you can use at any figure. The strategy stays the same. The number might change, but the strategy stays the same. You'll get the same equations for different numbers. So what you have to do is, and doesn't matter, like I said, this is a good strategy before you buy any car. Figure out what the price of the value is. If you're going to buy it cash, this shows you how long you should be able to get your car back within 3 years, a GRM of 3, because I truly do believe you should be able to get your money back within 1 to 3 years. 1 year might be very hard to do. I understand that. 2 years can be. That becomes strategy and really know what you're doing. But 3 years is a fair number where you should be able to not only pay your lease off and make profit, because every other day after 10 days, you should be profiting. Or if you bought it for cash, you should be able to make your money back within 3 years, and everything after that is pure profit. And then also, like I said, finance to own, same thing. Most times it's 72 months. You should be able to pay yourself out of your loan within 3 years, and now it's pure profit. I'm giving you guys the way. This is the secrets on how to build wealth. So let's go on to the next one. And I know a lot of this also because I have a background in finance. I'm also been insurance licensed for over 8 years. I'm real estate licensed. I was a HUD counselor through NACA with 501c3 nonprofit. I'll go over a DTI, what means debt to income ratio, figure out if someone can afford a loan and if they can sustain a loan, and figure out how to come up with creative strategies on financing for them. So I'm giving you all this in one video. This is free information, people. This will save your life. Let's go to 50,000 now. So it's 50,000, same numbers. This is the beautiful part, but the numbers never change except in the price of the vehicle, but the same structures in place. Divide by 3 again, 3 years. That means you should get around $16,666. That's pretty much the amount you're supposed to be getting for a $50,000 car per year. And again, same number applies. You divide it by 12 years, so you can figure out how much you should be getting in a year. By 12, you should be earning $1,388 per month. That's what you should be getting within a 12-month period. That's the number you should be getting. 1,388 to keep things simple. That's what you should be getting per month. Now, again, I'm very conservative. Keep it at 10. Now, divided by 10 days. You should be getting $138. That's not doable, people, for a $50,000 car. And again, if say, for example, you're only getting $100 per day, that's when you got to start selling those deliveries, start selling those extras, really try to market yourself more. But you should be soaking wet, should be able to put your price, a $50,000 car should be at $138 per day. Fact, that's it. If you're under that, that means maybe you got the wrong deal. Or, like I said before, You need to start selling more. You need to start adding on extra so you get that daily rate. Maybe you can't put that daily rate at 138. Fine, I get that. Maybe you're at only 100. You gotta start selling more, some deliveries. You gotta sell some extras. Put a nice little Game Boy in there maybe, and charge maybe $1 per day or $5 per day or per trip, whatever the case is, whatever works in your market. Maybe put some skis in there, put some tourist items in there. Maybe put some chargers in there and charge people for maybe $1 per day. You gotta be creative and bring it up to the number. What this does is before you even buy a car, it lets you know, okay, before I buy cars, most people, when they buy a car, it's either A, they already have the car, they just add it to Turo, or they start buying cars, they don't know how to reverse engineer. And as I mentioned, I left a video, GRM model, gross rent multiplier. It goes deep dive in how to reverse engineer. So follow that video if you want to learn how to actually reverse engineer. This video is meant to teach you the math on how to make the GRM matter. So you get that 3-year profit. So you get, so after that, you're just pure profiting after 3 years. And again, you can profit even before then, because if this is based on just 10 days and 3 years, you get paid out. You can do this way faster and get a GRM of 1 to 2 years and pay it off in 1 to 2 years and be pure profitable after 2 years. If you start renting your car for say 11 days, 12 days, 13 days, 40, that compounds after 3-4 years. This is just for if you want to pay out in 3 years, but if you want to pay out in 2 years, you can rent your car out longer or raise the price up higher if your market supports it, or just rent your car out 11 to 10, 20 days. And now you just double that. And now you brought it down to GRM 1 to 2 and add on extra and deliveries for those trips. Now you voila. But I don't want to confuse you guys. You could rewatch this. Everything does make sense. I left the examples to everything I'm stating right here in the most simplistic form. Again, this is a guy who was a HUD certified, and I did this all day in my like late nights and breaking and crunching numbers. So I'm making it as easy as possible. But anyways, so this is the daily rate you should be getting at for $50,000 cars, $138 per day. And like I said, that should be the daily rate. And when you buy a car or when you're looking for a car, you should put these numbers in. So if you find a car that's worth $25,000 or worth $50,000 or worth $250,000, worth $100,000, worth $125,000, I don't care what the vehicle is, put these numbers in, type them on. You play the calculator the same way I'm doing, and then figure out, does your market support this daily rate? And if it does, you got a deal. That's how you do it. That's how you get a deal. That's how you negotiate, because you know the numbers you should be renting your car out before you even get the car. That's how you do it, people. So $138 per day should be the rate. And again, if you say you're only getting 120, 110, maybe $90, whatever, that means maybe you shouldn't get that car. Maybe your market doesn't support that type of car. That's your answer. And if you do get it, or if you already made a mistake, or if you already did, you got to fix it. Then you got to rent out that 11th day, that 12th day, that 13th day, until you get up to that daily rate. Because maybe it's only a $9 car, right? Okay, that means you just have to rent out probably 10 more days then. You have to work a little harder than what Conrad Layn prefers. I want you to make as much money as soon as possible and as fast as possible. Just rent your car 11, 12 days. Now you can pay your insurance. Now you can pay your bills. But the 10 days should be able to pay off, especially with all the extras, should pay off your insurance, should pay off your interest loans, should pay you back quickly. And if you're not getting those rates, that means you probably got the wrong car for your market. Maybe you got it, you didn't do your math, maybe miscalculated something, maybe the market changed. Who knows? There's a plethora of reasons. But then your goal at that point is Conrad Layn gave you a strategy of getting in 10 days. Okay, now maybe you have to rent out 20 days. That's still not bad. Maybe you make some miscalculations. I prefer 10 days, but hey, rent it out some extra days. Now you can pay your insurance. Now you can pay your bills. Now you're still going to be profitable. And now everything after the 20th day, for example, is pure profit. But my goal is to get you profit even faster. So that's what you do with this. So that should be your rate, $138. And again, if you're only at $90, add on extras, add on that Game Boy, add on those skis, add on that basketball, add on whatever, the floaties, add on like whatever you need to add on, some type of extra, maybe a post-trip cleaning, maybe prepaid gas if it makes sense, unlimited miles, whatever case. You gotta get real creative then and bring your maybe rate up to $138 for this $50,000 car. Let's go on to the next one, people. In this example, I'm gonna use a $25,000 car. So $25,000 car, for example, same math. This is what makes it so awesome. When you do this more and more, you do this in your sleep. 25,000, math is your friend, people. Divided by 3, that's $8,333 you should be accruing per year. That's basically what it should be at this point. Is $8,333 per year. And then again, you divide this by 10. Voila. See that, people? See how awesome that is? That's $833 that you should be getting right there, people. And my apologies. Hold on. Let me go back. There we go. Divided by 12. See, 694. So my apologies. I made a quick mistake. So $694. And then now you divide that by 10. That's the amount you should be getting. $69 per day. And that's the thing. You always, sometimes, like when I look at numbers, I might put in the wrong calculation. I'm like, hold on, that doesn't make sense. Like I made a quick mistake earlier. When you make mistakes, it's okay. You're human. I'm human. I just made a mistake in front of you guys, and I'm still gonna release this video, but I corrected it though. That happens in math. Sometimes I might miscalculate. Hold on, that doesn't make sense. That's that. And the reason I'm deciding I'm not gonna redo this video is I just made a quick mistake, but I fixed it really quickly. Is because sometimes you might forget a number. Like for example, I was supposed to divide the 25,000. I was supposed to divide that basically by 3 years, and then divide the 3 years by 12 months, and then divide it by 10. Instead, I missed the year. So like I said, I'm gonna do it again one more time to show you guys, so that you guys really learn this. This is how you do it correctly. 25,000 divided by 3, which is 3 years. Oh, see, 25,000 divided by 3 years. And then now you divide it by 12, that equates to 1 year. And then you divide this by 10 days, because I want you guys to be conservative. That means you have to make $69 per day to make this make sense, so you get paid out and be profitable by year 3, which is a GRM of 3, which is a great number in my opinion for y'all. So $69 per day. And again, I know even me, I do math all the time. I'm not perfect, man. I'm super far from perfect. But I want to keep everything honest with you guys. That sometimes you can make mistakes, but you just stick with it. You get better at math and you start understanding the formulas. Don't give up. I know math can be frustrating, but always understand you can do this. Math is your friend. You just have to understand it. You have to speak the language. So $69 per day is what you should be accruing for $25,000, say car loan or vehicle, etc. That's my should be. You're telling me a $25,000 car, you can't get $69? There's cars on Turo right now that are worth $10,000 to $15,000 that are getting $80 per day, just off soaking wet, no extras. So you should be able to definitely get this $69 per day, people, just under $70 to pay off to be profitable in 3 years. And again, this is at 10 days. This should pay for your loan, should pay for your insurance, especially when you add on extras. And if you're behind, say your car for whatever reason, you're only getting $40 per day. Add on some deliveries, as I mentioned before, add on some extras, add some post-trip cleaning, add on some maybe prepaid, some extra mileage, maybe some unlimited miles, maybe add on some prepaid gas or if you want to, whatever the case is. Add on a Game Boy, as I said, skis, maybe snowboard, surfboard, whatever is in your territory. Maybe some type of like some type of extra that's of value in your market. There's different markets all around the world, and Turo is currently in 56 countries and counting. So that's what I'm saying is that if you're not getting $69 per day, for example, for a $25,000 video, which I think you should at that price point, but if you can't get it, okay, fine. Whatever the price point, if it's say you're only getting $40, $45, $50 per day, okay, those are pretty low figures. If you're only getting that amount, okay, then what you need to do is add on extras. As I mentioned, the snowboard, the surfboard, like maybe whatever, rock climbing gear, whatever you can do, add on extras, Game Boy for like video games, handheld video games, whatever the case is, post-trip cleaning, etc. Prepaid gas, unlimited miles, extra mileage, it's a package. You can add on those extras so you can bring yourself up to $69 figure. And then worst case, if you still can't get to $69 figure for whatever the case is, remember, I only calculated this at 10 days. You have 20 more days to rent it out. Day 11, day 12, day 13, day 14, day 20. You should be able to get this amount. You should be able to get the amount still and still be a payoff in 3 years. 10 days is just so that I want you guys to grow exponentially fast, and I want you guys to build wealth and become rich fast with Turo. But you have to have the right numbers in place, and it's okay to make mistakes. Practice, get used to using your calculator. I just made a simple mistake a little earlier. I fixed it really quickly though. But you're human, and I'm happy that happened because it shows I'm not perfect, just like you're not perfect. Learn the numbers. I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. so you guys don't have to. And if you guys make mistakes, it's okay. You learn some of the best lessons from them. Don't give up. Figure this math out. Some people really hate math. I realize most of my friends don't like math. I love it. And I make all type of mistakes with it, but it makes me better and more proficient and refined. So like I said before, $69 per day is what you should be getting for a vehicle that is worth $25,000, or if your car loans for $25,000 or your lease is $25,000. Like I said, most leases are 36 months across the board. Yes, there's 2-year leases. Yes, there's 18-month leases. Yes, there's 3-year leases. Yes, there's 6-year leases. You can negotiate that, but on average, it's 36 months. So say in 36 months, you should be able to get this within 10 days, only renting your car 10 days per month. Any day after that is really should be pure profit, or if you're trying to catch up, maybe because you made a mistake, you picked the wrong vehicle, did you do your calculation, or you didn't see this video before you got your car, then that's okay. You still have another 20 days to still compound and build wealth in 3 years. Because remember, this is per month. I'm saying only rent out your car 10 days per month. You should be able to be profitable on day 11. That's what I'm saying. You should be able to pay your car off in full. If you invest it by cash, you should recoup your cash. If you have a car loan or a lease, you should be able to profit fast within 3 years, especially on day 11, 12, 13, 14. But you should only have to do it 10 days to win. But if you want to do more than 10 days, you should really be killing it and be in the green and profitable. And if you're under where you can't get these rates because you made a mistake or didn't do your calculation or didn't see this video before you got the car, that's okay. That's why the rest of the other 20 days are left. Now you can still get done within 3 years. I truly do believe all cars should be paid off in full if you're financing to own within 3 years max, if not earlier than that. That might sound ridiculous, but like I said, you can do it. I just showed you the math where you can do it in 10 days to get whatever you pay for that car. If it's 3 years, then you should be able to pay that car off in 3 years. Especially now, you'll be saving a lot of interest, because say if you have on average finance to own is 7 years, sometimes 84 months is which is 84 months on average. Sorry, is 6 years, 72 months, and sometimes there are 84-month ones, which is really long. That's a lot of interest you'll be paying. You'll be buying a whole nother car or two by the time your interest is done. So if you do it the Conrad Layn way and pay it off within 3 years, GRM with 3 at least, only with 10 days, you'll save so much interest. You'll own the car outright, and you'll be in pure profit mode. And if you really want to be aggressive, day 11 to 30, you can rent your car more and make more compounding wealth and build and pay your car off even faster, or build more wealth faster and take care of your bills. And if you're under, if you're under the amount still, you can recoup and just rent out the other days and catch up. That's how you do it. Same with the lease people. The lease says on average for 3 years. Within 3 years, you should, before you get your new lease, you should be already good to go. You should be already in a profit because you already took care of it within 10 days. Not every other day is pure profit, people. You can pay your bills off, you can pay yourself back, you buy other cars, etc. And if you bought the car cash, like I've done before, that's fine too. But then you recoup within 3 years max, or even below, or even less than that, less time, because you have no interest you're paying. You're just recouping your money that you've already paid. And now you're pure profiting after 3 years. And if you want to be real aggressive and bring it down to 1 to 2 years, like in any of these examples, you just rent on day 11, day 12, day 30, rent it every day of the month as much as you can. And then now you're going to be really compounding. You just 1x it, 2x it. That's how you do it, people. So I just wanted to share this strategy, this huge hack. It wasn't perfect, but it's sure darn correct. My name's Conrad Layn. You can follow me on IG, Instagram at Conrad Layn. I love you guys. Like, subscribe, share. Feel free to comment, ask any questions. I'm not perfect, far from perfect, as you just saw, far from perfect. But I'm human like you guys, and I'm just a regular dude that you can touch, see, and feel. Follow my channel if you want more information about Turo and making money and how to purchase cars. This is how you do it. This is my strategic financing for purchasing and acquiring Turo cars, from a guy who has a real estate background, finance background, insurance background over 8 years. And I was a HUD certified counselor where I created DTI, debt to income ratio plans for clientele acquiring homes. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, share. Follow me on IG, Conrad Layn. Conrad Layn out. Peace.